Welcome to our deep dive session on GPT-5, the new shiny powerhouse in AI. It's like, the tech world's got a new superstar, right?
Absolutely, and there's a ton of buzz around it. Both the excitement and, well, the risk factors. Yep,
So, let's jump straight into, our first big point, bias. GPT-5, like its predecessors, inherits biases from its training data. And this isn't your run-of-the-mill mistake. It can subtly influence political leanings and cultural portrayals.
right? It's kind of like when you mix a bit of too much seasoning into a dish, you might end up with flavors that overwhelm the true taste of the food.
Exactly. If GPT-5 generates persuasive and confident language, those biases can hide in plain sight. It's like you might think you're getting neutral info, but you're actually receiving a nudge in a specific direction.
And what's tricky here is that even with the new safety layers OpenAI has put in place, such as diverse human feedback, bias is like mold in a basement. It tends to creep back in despite your best efforts.
Absolutely. They do fine-tuning and human reviews, but it's an ongoing challenge. It's like trying to clean a stain that just keeps coming back.
Moving on, another huge concern is over-reliance. GPT-5 is so good at explaining complex ideas that people might stop questioning the outputs entirely. That's a bit alarming.
Right. Think about folks using GPT-5 for legal advice or even medical decisions. It's like asking a friend who's super charismatic to replace your doctor's opinion. Just because it sounds good doesn't mean it's fully accurate.
Exactly. It's that slippery slope of substituting human judgment with AI-generated fluency. Sometimes a confident-sounding answer might hide a fundamental flaw.
Right. Now, here's where it gets even more serious. The misinformation angle. GPT-5 can whip up fake news articles, deepfake scripts, and even bogus research papers. Imagine the potential for spreading misinformation at scale.
For sure, especially when bad actors can use it like a digital press machine to churn out convincing content with very little oversight.
There's that Stanford Internet Observatory report that highlights AI-generated misinformation already testing the waters in political campaigns. It's like the tool is there, and if you're not careful, the truth can get lost in a sea of fabricated alternatives.
Absolutely. And while OpenAI has introduced content filters and even watermarks AI text now, there's a valid concern. Will platforms actually check for those watermarks? It seems like a big if to me.
I agree. Watermarking sounds promising on paper, but it's like using a lock on a door that no one bothers to test. If the enforcement is weak, then the whole system might fail.
And that leads us to a very important question. Who is actually responsible when all this goes wrong? Is it the developers, the users, or the platforms that host the content?
Right now, responsibility seems shared, but in actual practice, it often gets dodged. It's like playing a game of hot potato, where nobody wants to hold on to the blame when something goes south.
Yeah. Plus, the technology is evolving way faster than our laws and regulations can catch up. By the time legislators draft a bill, GPT-5 has already learned 10 new tricks.
Exactly. And that speed of evolution makes, it's like trying to catch a greased pig at a county fair, just nearly impossible.
Let's not forget the allure of its human-like performance. GPT-5 can easily mirror empathy, wisdom, or knowledge. But at its core, it's fundamentally just a probability engine, right?
Precisely. It doesn't have a truth engine. It only predicts what sounds likely. It's like a gifted storyteller guessing the next line in a tale without actually, understanding the story's true meaning.
Right. There's a real danger in that because when the answer sounds right, people are less inclined to verify it. This unchecking of facts can lead to serious real-world consequences.
Exactly. And that's why the conversation around GPT-5 isn't just about its capabilities, but about our readiness to engage with the technology responsibly.
Yeah. I would add, though, that some might argue the focus is too heavily on the negatives. Can't we appreciate the immense benefits GPT-5 can offer in advancing research, education, and creativity?
That's a fair point, but I think the idea is to embrace both the promise and the peril. It's a double-edged sword. The tool can empower us tremendously, but if misused, it can propagate harmful narratives and cement biases further.
True, but sometimes I wonder if critics are a bit too hung up on worst-case scenarios. After all, humanity always finds ways to adapt when new technology comes along. Would you say that's a fair critique?
I see where you're coming from, but I'd challenge that a little. Given how convincingly GPT-5 can mimic human discourse, there's a risk of over-trusting its outputs. It's like trusting your GPS blindly, even when you're in the middle of nowhere. A small mistake can lead to huge detours.
Fair enough. So, it's really about balancing enthusiasm for innovation with a healthy dose of skepticism and regulatory oversight.
Exactly. We need to continuously scrutinize its outputs and our reliance on such systems, while also pushing for clear guidelines on accountability.
And this brings up the philosophical angle too. GPT-5 as a mirror of our own ambitions and, well, our darker impulses. It reflects not just our technological prowess, but our social and ethical challenges.
Right, it's almost poetic. The promise of progress intertwined with the shadow of responsibility. It asks us, what will we do with this power? And are we ready for the consequences?
Absolutely, I totally agree. One more thing that stands out is the notion of accountability. As users and developers, we really need to ask ourselves, are we prepared to stand by the outcomes this technology might produce?
Yes. And importantly, how do we ensure that there's a safety net in place for when things go awry? It's like building a bridge that, while designed to carry enormous loads, also needs constant inspection and maintenance.
Exactly. That balance between innovation and caution is crucial. I think our conversation really highlights that GPT-5 is not just a technological marvel, but also a call to introspection about how we use technology.
Right. It's the dichotomy of innovation. It can be a beacon of progress, and at the same time, a Pandora's box, if we're not careful.
Yes. And as GPT-5 continues to evolve, so must our discussions, our policies, and our ethical frameworks. It's an ongoing dialogue that involves everyone, from developers and regulators to everyday users like us.
Exactly. And that conversation is more important today than ever. It's about fostering a culture where we question, verify, and remain ever vigilant.
Absolutely. To wrap it up, GPT-5 is, without a doubt, a powerful tool that holds incredible promise but also major challenges. The real question remains, how do we, as a society, choose to harness its capabilities while mitigating its risks?
Spot on. It's our collective responsibility to navigate this landscape carefully, ensuring that we don't simply get swept away by the hype, but instead use it to build a better future.
Yep, indeed. And there you have it, a deep dive into the promises, perils, and the pressing questions surrounding GPT-5. Thanks for being part of this engaging discussion.
Thanks for the stimulating exchange. Till next time, keep questioning and stay curious.
Absolutely.